Well, I decided to try exactly the same thing as we started this tuning. Come in here and take this 0.0675 and divide it in half. So 0.0675 divided by 2 is 0.03375. Boy. 0.03375. 0.03375. I'm going to write those right there for a second. They turned into 338. I think that's because of the digits that they can show there. Therefore, we need to look at the main, and that would be INS underscore nope. Well, I can fly it with that. So what I've done there is I've cut these in half again. Oh, look at that. Man. 0.03375. 0.03375. Okay, fine. We'll just take that. Man, I've never seen the beat in my life. Whew. Okay, so now we'll go fly this again and see how that wobbles. Boy, that's getting down to really small PIDs. I'm not sure. Is that crazy or what? I'm gonna back the camera up. We haven't broke any parts yet, so I'm gonna put it in auto tune for just a second.
Altitude hold. Motor disabled.
Oops, that wasn't auto tune. That was Skill Motors. Oh my goodness. But it was a good test of the emergency motor kill. So today I'm going to have to set up my radio differently for that kill switch. It's just too easy. Also, I haven't set up all my channels properly and the way I want them on the switches yet, because that'll all come in the end when I know what I have, and then I'll lay them out logically. But immediately today I'm going to set up a dual switch motor kill. The switch just above that one on the right of my radio is that spring-loaded momentary action switch. I'm going to set that up so that that motor kill switch only works if that spring-loaded momentary action switch is pulled forward first and then the switch in front of it flipped for motor kill. So then I'll have to do two muscle movements to get that motor kill enacted, so that'll keep this accidental motor kill from happening. So I'll have to pull that momentary action switch forward, then flip the motor kill switch. If that momentary action switch, spring-loaded action switch is not pulled forward. Flipping that motor kill switch won't do a darn thing. But it was a good test of motor kill. I'm just glad it wasn't higher. Now, back to notch filtering. Oh, God. Let's try that again. And let's see what we have on that. Okay. I mean, it was smoother, wasn't it? Let's see. Yikes. It's back. Yep. It sure is. Yeah, so I'm not sure about that. I'm going to have to do some more reading. It is not oscillating again, but that P is just way down there now. Not sure what to do. I'm going to have to think about this for a while. So everything in this video previous was from yesterday. It's now Saturday morning and I'm attacking this again for like the third day in a row. I read a lot. If it weren't for this notch filter, which is new to me, I would have been flying this already. And I think I could have, but I want the best tune I can possibly get. I don't want to fly it for 2 days, crash it, fix it, crash it, fix it, crash it, fix it. But 3 days working on notch filters is probably saying that, son, this isn't coming to you easily at this time. So, needing some help, I went back to my build video. Now, I didn't go through this video verbatim because I'd built so many quads. But now that I'm in trouble, I've got to go back and go through this again. So I came in here and searched for notch. Notch configuration initial tune. That's video 15. So we'll scroll down here to video 15. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That one's not numbered. Whoa. Verify motor and emergency stop. Yeah. Oh, that's private. He probably did the same thing I did and doesn't want to show everybody. No, I'm just joking. I'm sure he would show it. I just thought it was funny. Okay, 15. Current calibration and bidirectional D-shot setup. Just goes down through everything here. Not sure why he lowered the telemetry rate here. In the documentation, it says that you not only leave this at a 10, but you can raise it to 100. So, and see, that's from a year ago. This whole build is from October 2021. Well, it's more than a year ago, isn't it? Okay. Initial tune and notch configuration. Well, he is notch filter 3. So he is using the ESC telemetry right here for his notch filter setup. There's several things I could do here. I could say the heck with the notch filter, turn it off, go to auto tune, and I would have a copter like I built them in the past. I honestly am torn between thinking that it wouldn't matter and they would fly just fine, and then doing a lot of programming, hardware, software development for 50 years. In the back of my mind, it makes me worry that while they were building up the main software, due to new things they added, they sort of created the need for this notch filter. Sometimes there's trade-offs in programming and stuff where you're trying to do something and you get it, and it's what you're trying to do works, but it causes problems in other parts of your program. And then you've got a choice to make. Am I going to throw away what I just created and start again? Or am I going to leave that there because I sort of understand why that other problem popped up, and I know I've got an idea of a fix in it. So, because I don't have access to all that knowledge, I can't just make choices arbitrarily. So, I also could set those rates back to the 0.06 and just do the auto tune. Also, if you remember, when I came down through this portion of notch filter setup, we went through it the first time and branched to initial analysis. Then we came down through it the second time and we did not branch here. And we enabled the notch filter. We set it to mode 4 and a reference of 1. For most uses with other FFT related advanced parameters at their default, this is all that is required. I could stop right there, which means I would only have to go back and take out that 130 that I had put in that INSH notch, which right here, what I'm talking about is boy, it was cold this morning when I got up. INS_H. I've renamed this, instead of hitch, it's H notch, because that's probably what they say. See, I set that back to 40. So, all of this is at its default now and set for INS H notch enable. This setting it to FFT, and this as a reference. So I could, in fact, just go with this line. For most users, that is all that is required. Or, boy, isn't it nice to have so many opportunities? Or I could come in here and follow this and set it up on ESC telemetry like he did. Then I could follow along in his videos doing exactly what he says. Now see, he's changing a bunch of stuff in there. He's changing that. The frequency, the bandwidth, everything. And the reason I sound depressed about that is I don't really want to just copy somebody else. I want to learn it. I've also realized I did last year when I put together the flame wheel, and I've looked at a few of his videos, and I can tell from his videos, the little thing that is over here in setup now, oops, this right here, this configuration utility, even when he was doing it a year ago, it wasn't in the software. You had to do a Control A on the keyboard to bring up this because it was being worked on then. I did not do that for the flame wheel, and I did not do notch filter for the flame wheel. I don't even know if the software had it last year. I would imagine it did. So, as I've been struggling with this the past 3 days, in the back of my mind I'm realizing, and I sort of suspected it all along, that's why I set the flame wheel aside rather than take the first screw out of it, because I knew everything I did on it was copacetic, but there's still some reason it wasn't flying well, and I thought it was the tuning. Now, it's got 6 motors on it, so it's got a lot more vibrations, frequencies to filter and stuff. So I've planned for about the last 4 or 5 days definitely to start going back and revisiting the flame wheel after I get this quad flying. And I had that suspicion in my mind for, well, the first time I picked it up and it started flopping around, I knew, boy, I probably need to learn that manual tune stuff more. I've just relied on auto tune prior to this. So I'm going to have to think about what I do here. I am really thinking about just doing what this says. For most uses with other FFT related advanced parameters at their default, this is all that is required. But that won't allow me to go in and look at any logs and verify that I'm getting what I need. So rather than sit here and ramble, I'm going to get off and smoke this over. It's 10:22 on Saturday. I haven't even gone outside. It's so cold today to see what the wind is like. I'm afraid if I find a calm wind, I'll push myself to start doing the auto tune before I should. Alright, so I'm going to get off here and smoke this over for a while. I've decided to break this video here and do a bunch of reading today and try to understand this. Thank you, guys.
Motor disabled.
Oops, that wasn't auto tune. That was Skill Motors. Oh my goodness.
And that's how I feel right now. Thanks again, guys.